What would happen if Charles Darwin and Jacques Cousteau worked for an anime studio, but Charles Darwin was baked out of his mind, just really high the entire time? What would the end result look like? Well, we're going to find out because I'm going to review the 2008 classic, PONYO. And you know why? Because I don't know jack squat about anime. But I'm gonna learn with all of my friends. Will you be here when my quest ends? So Ponyo starts out with this guy named Fujimoto who looks like Arcade from the X-Men. Do you remember Arcade from the X-Men? He's in a bubble underwater, and he is the protector of the oceans. And you think he's some kind of environmentalist, he loves the ocean, and that's true. And he refers to all the goldfish that you see. And first of all, this is what goldfish look like in this movie. And I gotta say that most of the animation of these fish and the sea creatures is beautiful. That's why I was joking about Jacques Cousteau being involved. Sea creatures are beautifully drawn, except for the goldfish. Again, they look like this. So Fujimoto refers to all these badly drawn goldfish as his children. Only later in the movie do you find out that his wife is this goddess of the ocean lady. So these goldfish are actually his children. Like they got together and produced these children, which, come to think of it, explains why they look so weird. And one of the goldfish gets away from his little home that he created for them, is found by a little human boy named Susky. And Susky names the goldfish Ponyo. That's the main character of this movie. Little girl goldfish. He rescues her from this broken jar. The goldfish is in a broken jar, and the kid cuts himself, and the goldfish licks the wound and heals it because of her father has magical powers, so she does too, and so she kind of heals him, but she has some human blood in her.
Looks kind of dead.
Little boy has a pet goldfish, and they're very close. The little goldfish develops a taste for ham for some reason. Little girl goldfish really likes ham. Like it's like the way Ninja Turtles like pizza, or Popeye likes spinach. She really, she demands it.
I want ham.
The little goldfish has to go back into the ocean, and she does. She goes back to her father, Arcade from the X-Men. Because she loves the human world so much, she's kind of rebellious now, and she got some human DNA in her, and she starts transforming. Like these bird-like legs pop out of her, so now she can walk on land. And her arms, she grows arms as well. They also look like bird legs. She progresses to look more and more human. She has these amazing shape-shifting abilities, and she can go from her human form to her half bird form and then back to a fish. Like she can just, because she is familiar with her father's magic, and she got some human DNA from healing the little boy. I mentioned that Fujimoto, his wife, is the goddess of the ocean and all that. Well, she explains that this has caused the unbalance in nature. The only way to regain balance in nature is for this little boy to fall in love with the little goldfish girl. Now you're thinking, oh, Little Mermaid, right? You're thinking Little Mermaid splash, whatever, Shape of Water to a lesser extent. But they're 5. Like these kids are 5, and they have the Little Mermaid plot of like they have to fall in love There's this whole thing where the moon is gonna crash into the ocean, and they have to stop this by these two 5-year-olds falling in love. You know what I mean? Most of this movie even is very cute. So it's obviously aiming for a younger audience. So that's why I'm forgiving the 5-year-olds have to fall in love thing. Made for a much younger audience than a lot of the other things that I've reviewed, and it'll be difficult for an adult to watch this past the 5-year-olds have to fall in love thing. Kids that age would, okay, it's a fantasy, so maybe. I had a crush on a girl when I was 5, so maybe if you're that age. But I think it'll be difficult for adults to get into because people complain about how young the Little Mermaid was. She was like 16. I know people who got married at 16, and they're still together and stuff. Yeah, I do think that this is aimed directly at a younger audience, and I prefer animated movies that are a little bit for everybody, like the ones I've reviewed. So because of that, I'm going to give this movie 3.5 slices of ham out of 5. The animation with most of the fish, except for the ridiculous looking goldfish, are top shelf, and I like the way the story unfolds. I do think it's excellent for like young kids, the young kids that are young enough that it's aimed for. And I say that just because there's a lot of good environmental messages. Like you see characters cleaning up the pollution and stuff like that. The little boy Susky has a good relationship with his mom. His dad works on a ship I think it's a fishing ship, and so he's very close to his mom. His mom is the type of mom who a kid would find very cool. Like she protects her kid. She's a good mom, but like she's a cool mom. She'll joke with them and stuff like that. So again, I think kids that age will like all that. I just couldn't buy into the Ariel being 5 years old. So thank you for watching this anime review. Feel free to like, subscribe, and comment any anime that you think I would like, or even comment some anime that you think is absolute garbage, because I like to watch some anime that sucks so I can like make fun of it, because that's fun too. I can do like an MST3K anime kind of thing on this channel. So thanks for watching, and as always, this video is sponsored by Turtle Rocket Books, top shelf quirky sci-fi that takes place in the same literary sci-fi multiverse. Want to see some weird stuff?
1, 2, 3, 4.